Hey, I'm Anfa. I am working with Material Maker to texture a model I've done, a hard surface model. Here is a normal map that I've baked from Blender. And this is the PNG file. It's 16K. Yes, I know it's large, but well, I exported it without anti-aliasing, so I did such a crazy resolution so I can anti-alias it just by, scaling it down. That's the texture. And here is how the model works in Blender. What I've done is exported my low poly model into an OBJ file. And now I've imported that OBJ file into a new Blender project, the same OBJ file I am using in Material Maker, and the exact same texture as well. And in Blender, you can see I'm loading this texture in the sRGB color space and applying it as a normal map. I've set up the material so it's exactly the same as in Material Maker, and I will just show you how it looks. So this is my model, and as you can see, there are some minor issues with the shading, like this thing here. Like you can see some artifacts from the booleans. But the cylinder, for example, looks really smooth. It's okay. There are some artifacts from booleans again, like here, but that's to be expected. This is just what is in the texture. You can also rotate this model itself so we can see some more light. So this is the bottom. Looks pretty smooth. The normal map nicely adds detail here and rounds off these things. All right, so now let's take a look at how does this model appear in a Material Maker. You can see I have the exact same normal map. And now I've been using the swap channels node to just play around with this and hopefully make it look better. I was not able to do that. And I've applied gamma to correct for the issues, because without gamma, it looks like this. Let me enlarge this panel so you can see more of that. So without gamma, it clearly is like interpreting the normal map in a wrong color space. You can see all the shading is totally messed up. When I use the gamma 2.4, it looks much better. It's much closer to what it looks in Blender, but there's a lot of shading problems. For example, here we have all this a bunch of weird artifacts happening, as well as here, and I am reusing the same parts of the normal map for different parts of the mesh. For example, this, like all of these four corners actually use the same part of the texture, but like, what is this? Why is it like that? And here you can see that the cylinder shading is also really messed up. You can see here, like, it's all bad. It's all really crazy. Here, like, this is totally messed up. And here as well, like, this is unusable. And on the bottom, you can kind of see as well that the shading is not correct. Like in Blender, the normal map was able to nicely correct the curvature and give it a smoothness that is not present in here. And I really don't know what's going on, because I have done stuff like that before, and with a simple gamma correction, all of issues like that were alleviated. And I don't know, maybe I used the wrong gamma function, but yeah, this is still not good. Like I know it's interpreted as a sRGB, and see, without it, it's totally messed up. I also tried like to inverse the gamma, all the different channels. So like reverse the one of the channels and leave the original like power, but no, like doesn't do anything. I tried, you know, like inverting the influence of the normal map altogether, just flipping it, doesn't do the trick either. Like it's just, I am unable to get this normal map to render properly on this model, and I don't know if I can like proceed with my work in trying to shade this when it's not looking correctly. And in Blender, it looks correctly, and I've baked this texture, this normal map from Blender, and it looks right. It looks okay. As you can see, the shading is all nice and smooth in here. And same with the top. Sure, there are some artifacts, like here, the shading is totally messed up for some reason. It's not in the like internal, in the project file that I've baked this from. It's okay, but here it's broken. Like there are some shading issues in here that I would probably need to address somehow. But overall, the shading is correct. It's all nice. And it is not in Material Maker, so I don't really know what to do because I've tried everything I know. Maybe you can figure it out. I'm gonna share the model as well as the texture. It's quite huge. So the model is an OBJ. And unfortunately, I can't if it was just the OBJ export issue, I would see the same problems in Blender because I've imported the same OBJ model. Unless, I don't know, Blender can magically import OBJ files better. For some reason. Like, I don't know. Maybe I have to export the OBJ files differently, but I've already done this for a padlock model. I've done the same exact process and everything worked okay. So I'm really lost on this one. Please help me figure this out. Maybe it's a problem with Material Maker. Maybe it's a problem in my workflow. I really want to figure this out. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for watching. I hope to get this working properly. Bye.